There's a map in the attic with the corners curled, tracing all the places we once drew our world. Red pen circles on the towns we'd see, lines through the ones that we left in memory. We never had money, but we had that car, a tired old engine and a sky full of stars. You'd lean your head on the window frame, saying anywhere we go it all feels the same. Now I walk through the years like a halfway dream, where nothing's as distant as it might seem. Every road sign, every small cafe reminds me of the roads that we drove in those days. And I still hear your voice in the summer wind, saying turn it up and let the night begin. There's a Polaroid fading on the back porch wall from a gas station stop in the early fall. You in that sweater that you never quite liked, me pretending I knew how to live this life. We talk about cities we'd never see, about who we were and who we might be. Funny how time folds in on itself, how the future moves into the back of the shelf. Now I walk through the years like a halfway dream, where nothing's as distant as it might seem. Every road sign, every small cafe reminds me of the roads that we drove in those days. And I still hear your voice in the summer wind, saying turn it up and let the night begin. Maybe all we ever really own are the stories that follow us home, the miles we counted under tired eyes, the shared small secrets under open skies. So I roll out the map when the house gets still, spread it on the table by the windowsill, run my finger down that crooked line from who I was to who I am this time. I pour one drink for the roads I missed, one for the chances I took and the rest I kissed. Then I fold it back slow, put it gentle away, knowing some part of me is still out on that highway. And I walk through the years like a halfway dream, where nothing's as distant as it might seem. Every road sign, every small cafe reminds me of the roads that we drove in those days. And I still hear your voice in the summer wind, saying turn it up and let the night begin. Yeah, turn it up and let the night begin. In the corner of the kitchen there's a scar on the floor, from the time we dropped the table and we laughed a little more. Those nights with the radio low and the windows cracked, summer rain on the roof and no plans to look back. You'd hum while the kettle sang its thin sweet song. I pretend I knew the words and just sing along. We were rich on nothing but the time we had, too young to know which days were good and which were bad. And it all comes back with the clink of a spoon, the smell of coffee in a quiet afternoon. I close my eyes and I'm standing right there in the old warm light and the steam in the air. Every small thing that I thought I'd lose still lives in the way that the morning moves. There's a calendar frozen on a halfway year, when the job fell through and we learned about fear. We counted up pennies on the countertop, promised each other that we'd never quite stop. You taped the kids' drawings to the old fridge door, said this is our gallery, you could ask for more. I didn't understand how your faith could hold, but it carried the house when the nights got cold. And it all comes back with the clink of a spoon, the smell of coffee in a quiet afternoon. I close my eyes and I'm standing right there in the old warm light and the steam in the air. Every small thing that I thought I'd lose still lives in the way that the morning moves. Now the rooms are quieter and the days are slow, but the walls keep the stories that the years don't show. If you listen closely when the kettle sighs, you can hear every promise we never let die. I wipe down the counter like a daily prayer, set 2 cups out though you're not really there. Maybe it's memory, maybe it's grace, how a house can still feel like a familiar face. And I whisper a thank you to the floor and the walls, to the chip white paint and the old phone calls, for holding us gently through the rush and the strain, for giving us shelter from the wind and the rain. And it all comes back with the clink of a spoon, the smell of coffee in a quiet afternoon. I close my eyes and I'm standing right there in the old warm light and the steam in the air. Every small thing that I thought I'd lose still lives in the way that the morning moves. Yeah, it lives in the way that the morning moves. There's a cracked old mug on the second shelf. You said it's no good, but I kept it myself. Handle glued twice, little chip on the rim, the place where your thumb used to balance the brim. You drink your tea with the radio low, mornings moving in their gentle flow. We talk about nothing and somehow more in the quiet between the creek and the floor. Now I pour into that same old cup, watch the steam and the memories rising up. It's stained and it's fragile like the years we've known, but it fits in my hand like it's part of my own. Love's not perfect, but it's deep and true, like a warm little mug that's carried you through. We've had days that shattered like porcelain thin, arguments sharp as the edge of the rim, but we learned to sweep carefully, not just away, to
It's something steady out of halves and dreams. Nothing in this house is untouched by our hands. Every scratch is part of the plan. So I pour into that same old cup, watch the steam and the memories rising up. It's stained and it's fragile like the years we've known, but it fits in my hand like it's part of my own. Love's not perfect, but it's deep and true, like a worn little mug that's carried you through. Maybe one day our children will find this chipped old relic and wonder in kind. They'll think it was nothing, just clutter and clay, never knowing how it held all our days. When the house is quiet and the sky turns gray, I rinse out the mug in a slow, small way, set it back gently in its familiar spot, thankful for every imperfect lot. If it breaks again, I'll see what I can mend, just like we've done again and again. Some things are worth all the trouble they bring, like a simple cup and a plain gold ring. So I pour into that same old cup, watch the steam and the memories rising up. It's stained and it's fragile like the years we've known, but it fits in my hand like it's part of my own. Love's not perfect, but it's deep and true, like a worn little mug that's carried us through. In the back of the closet there's a long blue dress, still smelling faintly of perfume and stress. I wore it the night we almost said no, dancing in a hall where the time moved slow. The band played songs we pretended to know. You stepped on my toes and we laughed real low. Under the lights in the borrowed lace, we both saw questions in each other's face. But we walked through the doubt and we took the vow, built something sturdy out of here and now. It wasn't all magic, it wasn't all ease, but it's ours in the way that the branches hold leaves. Love isn't just a starting line, it's a daily choice to stay entwined. There were years when we barely slept at all, cradling babies and answering calls. Dreams got shelved with a wedding glass. We traded big plans for the days that passed. You learned to fix what kept breaking down, I learned to live with this little town. Sometimes I'd stare at that dress in the dark, wondering who I'd been at the start. Still we walked through the doubt and we took the vow, built something sturdy out of here and now. It wasn't all magic, it wasn't all ease, but it's ours in the way that the branches hold leaves. Love isn't just the starting line, I see a woman I barely knew, standing on the edge of all we'd go through. I don't miss the mystery like I thought I might. There's a deeper beauty in the everyday light. I fold up the dress with a quiet pride, grateful for the life we've lived inside. 'Cause we walked through the doubt and we took the vow, built something sturdy out of here and now. It wasn't all magic, it wasn't all ease, but it's ours in the way that the branches hold leaves. Love isn't just the starting line, it's the way two hearts keep choosing time. There's a letter in the drawer heater I never quite said. Folding at the edges where the ink got bent. You were somewhere in the city with your restless plans. I was stuck between the dishes and the rubber bands. Kettle on the stove made its morning sigh, radio murmuring about a changing sky. I thought about calling just to hear her name, but the day rolled on and I stayed the same. And I keep turning these pages in my mind, half-finished sentences I had to leave behind. If I'd found or a steadier hand, would we be somewhere else, or right where we stand? The past is a room I visit alone, full of quiet questions and a silent phone. We were younger than wisdom, but older than pride, packing up boxes that we never untied. You said someday soon we'll get out of this town, but someday turned to maybe and the sun went down. I learned how to garden, how to patch the roof, how to hide my doubts under simple truth. You chased your reflection in a brighter place. I watched my own soften in a bathroom mirror's face. And I keep turning these pages in my mind, half-finished sentences I had to leave behind. If I'd found the courage or a steadier hand, would we be somewhere else, or right where we stand? The past is a room I visit alone, full of quiet questions and a silent phone. Maybe all we ever really own is the way we choose to live alone, to bless the roads that took you far, and light a candle where we are. Now the letter's getting brittle in the back of the drawer, with the menus and the keys and the notes on the door. Sometimes I unfold see that day, how my heart looked before it learned this way. I pour one cup of coffee and I let it cool. Watch the sunlight wander through the kitchen like a pool. I don't need your answer like I used to do, but there's a softer kindness when I think of you. So I keep turning these pages in my mind, half-finished sentences I had to leave behind. If I'd found the courage or a steadier hand, will we be somewhere else or right where we stand? The past is a room I no longer deny, just a quiet old story I can kiss goodbye. We moved in May when the lilacs bloom, suitcases stacked in the smallest room. You marked our names on the mailbox tin, said this is the place where our lives begin. The paint was peeling on the upstairs wall, the floorboards echoed when the kids would fall. We didn't have much but a second-hand bed and a handful of hope for the road ahead. Now the house wears our story like a patchwork quilt, every faded square a year we've built, from the sleepless nights to the Sunday pies. It's all in the corners of these ordinary lives. We're not famous, we're not grand or known, but we're rich in the ways that have quietly grown. There's a notch on the door for each inch they grew, pencil marks climbing like a crooked view. We'd measure each summer on that wooden frame, laughing at the inches and how fast they came. You'd mow the lawn in your old straw hat, I'd sit on the steps where the cat liked to nap. Neighbors would wave from the end of the drive. We were just grateful to feel so alive. Yeah, the house wears our story like a patchwork quilt, every faded square a year we've built, from the sleepless nights to the Sunday pies. It's all in the corners of these ordinary lives. We're not famous, we're not grand or known, but we're rich in the ways that have quietly grown. Maybe someday when the rooms are bare, someone will wonder who once lived there. They'll find a faint mark or a nail in the beam, clues of a family and a simple dream. Now the kids call in from their scattered towns, telling a story the dishes and feel their touch. This little house that once felt small holds more love than its four plain walls. And the house wears our story like a patchwork quilt. Every faded square a year we've built, from the sleepless nights to the Sunday pies. It's all in the corners of these ordinary lives. We're not famous, we're not grand or known, but we're rich in the ways that have quietly grown. The first cool wind of September came, sneaking through the curtains, calling my name. I pulled on the sweater that you used to borrow, folded up the edges of another tomorrow. Kids on the corner with their backpacks on, chasing the bus till the street looked gone. I sip my coffee by the cluttered sink, wondering when life got too loud to think. But the mornings still bloom in their quiet way, soft little rituals that hold up the day. I've lost some people, I've lost some time, but I found a kind of peace in this gentle design. Not every dream has to leave this town. Some of us are rain that never hits the ground. You were the one with the open map, lines drawn out in a hurried lap. I was the one with the grocery list, making sure the moments you planned could exist. You sent postcards from a dozen states, skylines, oceans, strangers' gates. I kept them all in a cookie tin, pulled them out at night when the noise crept in. Still the mornings bloom in their quiet way, soft little rituals that hold up the day. I've lost some people, I've lost some time, but I found a kind of peace in this gentle design. Not every dream has to leave this town. Some of us are rain that never hits the ground. Maybe we were always meant to be two different verses of the same melody. You took the high lines, I took the low, both of us learning which way to go. Now the cookie tin's rusted at the back of the shelf. I've made a small truce with my younger self. I step out barefoot on the morning stone, feel the chill in the air and know that I'm grown. I water the plants, feed the cat on the stair, straighten the photograph on the hallway chair. The life that I'm holding is smaller than yours, but it fits like the handle of familiar doors. And the mornings still bloom in their quiet way, soft little rituals stuck thoughts in the air. We talked all night till the candles were low, about the places you've been and the ones you go. You said the town felt smaller with each passing year, like the streets were whispering you don't belong here. I stirred my tea till the sugar was gone, trying to imagine the life moving on. But the porch light still burns at the end of the lane, like a question I keep asking in the back of my brain. If I'd taken your hand when you opened that door, would we be chasing the same sun, the same shore? Sometimes love is the choice not made, a shadow in the window and the plans all fade. I learned your songs on the old guitar, soft little chords under kitchen stars. You left me the capo and a faded note. Don't wait up for me was all you wrote. I watched the seasons spin on their wheel, hung laundry, paid bills, cooked ordinary meals. But every time the sky turned that traveling blue, I'd feel the ghost of a road pulling through. Still the porch light burns at the end of the lane, like a question I keep asking in the back of my brain. If I'd taken your hand when you opened that door, would we be chasing the same sun, the same shore? Sometimes love is the choice not made, a shadow in the window and the plans all fade. Maybe you found what you were longing for, a skyline glow or a different shore. I found a quieter kind of grace, learning to stay in this familiar place. Tonight I wrap your scarf round the back of my chair, let the smell of old winter soften the air. I pick up the guitar and I hum a new tune, one that makes peace with this steady room. If the road ever brings you back down this way, there'll be fresh tea waiting at the end of the day. But I won't be waiting like I once did before. My life's grown roots in this warm wooden floor, and the porch light still burns at the end of the lane. Not a question anymore, just a gentle refrain. If I'd taken your hand, we'd have written a song, but the one that I'm singing here isn't wrong. Sometimes love is the life you stay, the warmth in a house at the close of the day.
Out back there's a swing that's leaning to the side, rusty little chains and a board worn wide. Used to be the kingdom of the neighborhood kids. Now it's just a secret in the tall grass hid. hear their voices in the late July heat. Barefoot thunder on the sidewalk street. Bees in the clover and chalk on the drive. Every simple moment felt so alive. And it all drifts by like a slow parade. Sunset colors that will never quite fade. I stand at the window with the curtains drawn, watching the shadows of a world long gone. Still I swear, in the evening's glow, I can see who we were on that lawn below. We drew our futures in the dust and the dirt. Wedding rings, suitcases, travel-worn shirts. Swore we'd be bigger than this quiet town. Nothing in the world could ever hold us down. Some folks left and some folks stayed. Some dreams bent and some just frayed. But every time the sprinklers start to spin, I feel 12 years old in this skin again. And it all drifts by like a slow parade. Sunset colors that will never quite fade. I stand at the window with the curtains drawn, watching the shadows of a world long gone. Still I swear, in the evening's glow, I can see who we were on that lawn below. Maybe growing up is just learning how to make peace within and living now. To love the ghosts that walk your street, and fold them gently where your heartbeat meets. So I oil the hinges on the back gate latch, sweep off the steps and the old screen catch. I sit on the stairs till the daylight's thin, listening to the night slowly settle in. And if some future child comes to call this home, I hope they find magic in the overgrown. May their laughter rise with the firefly light, and keep this place gentle in the oldest nights. 'Cause it all drifts by like a slow parade. Sunset colors that will never quite fade. I stand at the window with the curtains drawn, watching the shadows of a world long gone. Still I swear, in the evening's glow, I can see who we were on that lawn below. Yeah, I see who we were on that lawn below. Clock above the mantel sounds older each day, clicking through the minutes we keep giving away. You used to tap your fingers on the wooden armchair, humming along to a tune that wasn't really there. Books on the table with your glasses inside, a sweater on the back hook where you left it to dry. Sometimes I walk in and forget you're gone, till the quiet reminds me what I'm counting on. But the house still holds the shape of you in the way the light falls around too, in the creak of the floor, in the late day sun, in the unfinished story of the life we've begun. And I talk to the rooms when the nights get long, like they're keeping you here, helping me go on. There's a list on the fridge of the things to repair, your handwriting leaning like it's midair. I trace every letter with my thumb in my mind, trying to fix what we ran out of time to find. The garden out back needs more than my hands. It needs your stubborn patience and your quiet plans. I plan what I can and I let the rest be, somewhere between tending and letting go free. 'Cause the house still holds the shape of you in the way the light falls around too, in the creak of the floor, in the late day sun, in the unfinished story of the life we've begun. And I talk to the rooms when the nights get long, like they're keeping you here, helping me go on. Maybe love is what the walls retain after the voices have left the frame. Maybe faith is learning how to live with absence and stay here now. So I wind the old clock and I set it again, listen to it settle like a familiar friend. I open up a window, let the cool air in, and think for a moment I can feel your skin. Then I pour 2 cups and I drink them both, one for the promise, one for the oath, that as long as this house is standing in place, it'll be our story that fills up the space. Yeah, the house still holds the shape of you in the way the light falls around too, in the creak of the floor, in the late day sun, in the unfinished story of the life we've begun. And I talk to the rooms when the nights get long, like they're keeping you here, helping me go on. Yeah, they're keeping you here, helping me go on. Sunday morning traffic on the 2-lane road, quiet clothes and coffee and nipping paper to go. I drive past the corner where the record shop was, where we bought our first album just because. We'd sit on the carpet till the grooves wore thin, lifting up the needle just to drop it again, learning every lyric like a second tongue, certain that the world would always keep us young. Now the songs still play in a different way through a small car speaker on a quieter day, and I hum along while the years roll by like telephone wires in a pale blue sky. Some things fade and some remain in the ghost of a chorus in the back of my brain. Your jacket smelled of dust and rain from walking down aisles on that late night train. We'd talk about bridges we hadn't crossed yet, make lists of regrets that we didn't quite regret. The store turned into something with bright new lights, cupcakes and slogans in the window at night. But if I close my eyes at that traffic sign, I can hear the crackle of that old bass line. Yeah, songs still play in a different way through a small car speaker on a quieter day, and I hum along while the years roll by like telephone wires in a pale blue sky. Some things fade and some remain in the ghost of a chorus in the back of my brain. Maybe the music was never just sound, but the way we were held when the world spun around. Every verse a shelter, every chord a hand reaching out to say, I understand. So I park for a moment where the store once stood, let the past pull up beside me like I knew it would. I tap on the wheel and I let the track spin, feel the years and the road and the mercy begin. I whisper a thank you to the songs and the dust, to the teenage hearts and impossible trust. Then I shift the car and I pull away slow, with the faintest of echoes following me home. 'Cause the songs still play in a different way through a small car speaker on a quieter day, and I hum along while the years roll by like telephone wires in a pale blue sky. Some things fade and some remain in the ghost of a chorus in the back of my brain. Yeah, the ghost of a chorus in the back of my brain. in the hallway with a fraying cord. We bought it at a thrift shop we never could afford. You said it looked like something from another time, like it knew a few stories that weren't yours or mine. We leave it on low when the world fell loud, curled up on the sofa, shut out of the crowd, talking in circles till the night wore thin, letting down the walls we were living in. The light still falls in that amber way, soft on the boxes and the bills we paid, holds the hush of the secrets we told, every fear and every ounce of gold. When the day is too heavy and the dark too wide, I sit by that lamp and I feel you by my side. We painted these rooms in a weekend rush, left a few edges where the trim lines blush. You laughed at the streaks on the window glass, said perfect's just a word for the things that don't last. We hung our jackets on the same two hooks, filled the shelves with our mismatched books. Nothing here ever quite matched or aligned, but it all made sense in your hand with mine. Yeah, the light still falls in that amber way, soft on the boxes and the bills we pay. It holds the hush of the secrets we told, every fear and every ounce of gold. When the day is too heavy and the dark too wide, I sit by that lamp and I feel you by my side. Maybe love is just this, a small lit space you can't dismiss, a glow on the floor at the end of the hall, saying you are safe here after all. Now the bulbs burn slower than they used to do, and the house wears the weight of what we've been through. But I plug it in nightly like a kind of prayer, that the light we found then is still living somewhere. And when I'm too tired to sort wrong from right, I just let the room soften in that familiar light, close my eyes and breathe in deep, while the lamp keeps its promise and the memories keep. Cause the light still falls in that amber way, soft on the boxes and the bills we pay. It holds the hush of the secrets we've told, every fear and every ounce of gold. When the day is too heavy and the dark too wide, I sit by that lamp and I feel you by my side. Yeah, I sit by that lamp and I feel you by my side. carrying the shimmer of the late daylight. We used to skip stones till the sun sank low, trading little secrets that no one else could know. Your backpack patched with a crooked blue star, dreams of getting older and learning who we are. We swore we'd remember every word and face, like the world was a chapter we could always retrace. But the water keeps on moving past the banks where we once stood. It forgets our names, but it remembers the wood. And I stand on the edge when the evenings fall, hearing echoes of our voices in the water's small call. We were only children, but it felt so wide, that river in the future on the other side. There's a bench with our initials carved halfway through. Yours a little shaky, mine cutting right on cue. We talked about leaving for some distant coast, where the sea would be the only thing we'd answer to most. But the years had their own kind of quiet design. You followed your currents and I followed mine. Now the bridge is newer and the rails don't squeak, but the bend in the river still looks the same each week. Yeah, the water keeps on moving past the banks where we once stood. It forgets our names, but it remembers the wood. And I stand on the edge when the evenings fall, hearing echoes of our voices in the water's small call. We were only children, but it felt so wide, that river in the future on the other side. Maybe growing up is learning how to love what's here and let go somehow, to stand by the water and bless the flow, even when you don't know where it's going to go. So I toss one stone for the vows we made, one for the plan that slowly faded to shade, one for the laughter, one for the tears, one for the courage it took to leave here. Then I turned from the river with the night coming on, pocket full of silence where your hand once was drawn. And I walk back home through the soft street light, carrying a gentler kind of goodbye tonight. While the water keeps on moving past the banks where we once stood. It forgets our names, but it remembers the wood. And I stand on the edge when the evenings fall, hearing echoes of our voices in the water's small call. We were only children, but it felt so wide, that river in the future on the other side. Yeah, that river in the future on the other side. mailbox tracks in the drive, late in the air like a small brief light. The town's gone quiet neath the winter sky, just a few porch lights and the smoke drifting by. I passed by the church where we used to sing, Christmas Eve candles and the brass bells ring. Your mittened hand tangled up with mine, we were younger than we knew in that borrowed time. And the years fall down like the first snowflakes, soft on the shoulders of the chances we take. I remember your laughter in the cold night air, like a song that I still hear everywhere. And when a window that the lamplight frames holds a little of our old first names. There's a diner on the corner where the coffee was weak, but the warmth in the room made it hard to leave. We'd sit in a booth with our coats still on, watching headlights blink and the night move on. You talk about leaving for a city someday, how the skyline glow would chase the dark away. I said I'd follow wherever you'd go, the roots run deeper than a promise can know. And the years fall down like the first snowflakes, soft on the shoulders of the chances we take. I remember your laughter in the cold night air, like a song that I still hear everywhere. Every window that the lamplight frames holds a little of our old first names. Maybe you made it to that far off flight, maybe you're watching some different snow tonight. I'm still here where the streets are small, but your shadow walks with me through it all. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I stop at the diner when the weather turns, order the special and let the candles burn. A waitress says I look like I've seen this place before. I just smile and glance at the frosted door. There's a song on the jukebox that I almost know, something about leaving and the courage to go. And drop in a coin, let the chorus play, and toast to the ghost of our yesterday. And the years fall down like the first snowflake, soft on the shoulders of the chances we take. I remember your laughter in the cold night air, like a song that I still hear